Hi guys, I'm gonna go over how last week I made 2.2K day trading futures for NQ and ES. So the first trade was on Wednesday, August 13th. So I'm gonna go over that one first, and then I'm gonna go over my trade from yesterday. So let me remove these drawings. Go to the 5 minute here. Let's go New York Open. And I'm gonna cover my bias, what led me to take the trade, and just overall why did I enter. My reasonings behind it. So first thing I do is every single day, every single morning before I get on about 15, 20 minutes before market opens, which is 9:30, and I mark off. So I mark market open, and then I mark 9:50, which is the macro. Okay. Because this is 10 minutes before the new 4 hour and 1 hour candle is formed. So a lot of volatility can happen to this. And recently I've been noticing that it's actually been better to take trades prior to 9:50. But let me go into why I took this trade. So going in, as you can see here, let me zoom out on the 1 hour. We are on NQ, we are above all-time highs. Like we've already made the push above, okay? And then if we go here on ES, we were also above all-time highs. So we just recently pushed higher than all-time highs. So I was expecting some level of retrace, just off rip. Okay, then let's go in here. So if you go down to the 5 minute, what I do now that I've kind of gotten like a bias for the day, I go in and I look for Asia session lows or highs and London session lows and highs. So for London session, we had this low right here. And then Asia session, we had this low right here, which got swept out. So I'll put that as the low. And same thing for ES. I mark out both of them just to be aware of possible SMTs at these specific levels. 18, bang, bang. Okay. So we have London session low here, and we have, oh, let me actually make this a little smaller. There you go. Sorry about that. So we got London session low here and Asia session low here. And obviously we took out, like London was ripping up. So then say I'm on ES here. So market opens. We get 5 minute candle up, 5 minute candle up, and it's ripping. But around the macro time, NQ starts showing bearish confirmation. Okay. And we get this huge leg down all the way down here. And as it is putting that leg down, ES is still going higher. So there's a divergence in the two pairs. So then I go down to the 1 minute. Holy. This is what sucks when you're trying to look at the previous day action. So we got the 1 minute here. And since ES was the lagging index, since NQ was already moving down prior to the macro, boom, big leg down on the 5 minute. Okay, back to the 5 minute. Okay, on the 5 minute, we had this fair value gap right there. ES tapped into it. And that was my entry point. So this was the actual push back up. Got rejections off, stops below that or above this high. And my target was, you go down to the 1 hour here. Target was the start of this fair value gap here. Bingo. So back to the 5 minute, back to the 1 minute actually. So here's the trade that I took. Absolute banger. And I think I had stops up here. So yeah, above that 5 minute for value gap. And yeah, TP was smashed as you can see there. So this was a trade on Wednesday that made me 1200. Okay. Then let's go to recently yesterday. So let's just run through that trade. So Friday, let's go to market open here. This one was a pretty nasty trade. So 930, 930, mark out the macro, 950, mark out the macro, 950, right? So this is what I saw. We ripped and we're just ripping down, and it was obvious that it was a bearish day, extremely bearish. But right off rip, we just pummeled down, okay? We pummeled down, and this was my target on NQ, and it just got hit instantly, right? So, and then ES took out those lows as well, and I believe ES wants to go even lower. But upon taking this, we had the 5 minute as look. So here's why I took this trade. ES right here, look. Bingo. We had a 5 minute SMT, super small 5 minute SMT here on the 1 minute. This is kind of a crazy trade, but this is just comes from like market experience. Like after pushing so hard heavily down like that, there's going to be some level of 5 minute retrace, and that's what we needed before going lower. So instead of targeting 1 hour liquidity or imbalances or 4 hour liquidity and imbalances, I knew I had to take this trade on a shorter time frame and target 5 minute, 15 minute imbalances and take profits off that. So I entered once this candle came down, formed the SMT, and then closed right there. And I set my stops right here, which you could say is crazy. And I had my take profit at this 5 minute high here. And that was it. Extremely simple. We got the retrace, and then it just came back down and took out even lower levels. But the reason I took this trade was because of the SMT right here. As you can see, ES formed the SMT. With that SMT, this one didn't. Bingo, bongo. And how volatile this candle was, and then coming straight back up and respecting this fair value gap, I was okay with taking it. And I'm glad I entered here. And I think I got filled like around here. And then after this candle, I instantly moved my stops to below that fair value gap, just to make the risk even less, because if we pushed up this high, there's a chance that we could have rejected off this huge imbalance here. But as soon as we got to close above it, that's when I went to break even, because this wasn't like a larger move. We didn't have to go any higher, but we did need some form of retrace theoretically in order to continue moving down. And that's why I took that trade. And this made me another $1,200. So for ending the week, total of 2.2K, 2.2, like 2.3K. I don't remember the actual like smaller dollar amounts, but around 2.2K for the week, which I'm really happy with. This is let me open text right here, text box. I'm on my first funded account right now, so I have a 50K Express right now, which I pass on Alpha Futures. Alpha Futures, and I want to scale it to 5,500, and then take a 3K payout, and keep a 2K buffer. This way I can still, I still can scale and continue to trade this count and still keep a buffer, because once you take a withdrawal, they move the drawdown to break even, so they'll move it to 50,000 after I take my withdrawal. So that's the game plan for now. Currently, I have the count at 51,640, I believe. So I need to make another about what 3.4k. I need to make another 3.4k. So hopefully, if I can have 3 really good trading days next week and not take any losses and not make any dumb mistakes, hopefully I'll be able to get my first ever payout, which is really exciting. And then from here, I'm going to take the money from this. Let me open another text box here and make it a little bigger. Text box. And I'm going to buy 5 50k top step accounts. So this will cost me 250, and then after it, it's 150 times 150 times 5 for the activation. So let me do the math real quick. 150 times 5 plus 250. Okay, 1,000. Okay, that's easy. So 1K total risk to have 5 funded accounts. So let's say it even takes me three tries with the 250. So that would be 1.5K. And if I can get the 3K payout, that'll leave me with 2.1K to risk of profit because it's a 70% split the first payout on the Alpha Futures account. But while I'm trying to pass these top step accounts, I will also be trading my Alpha Futures account. So like best case scenario, I pass them all and I'll be up another 3K on my Express account, which I can take out another payout. And I'll have passed 5 more accounts. So then with those 5 accounts, I'm hoping to get 2K payout twice a month with the top step accounts. So then I'll be able to get 10K total times 2 a month, making 20K off the top step, and then being able to get another, 6K from the 2 Alpha Futures or from the 1 Alpha Future account. But after I pass these top step accounts and I have those passed, I want to risk super heavily on my Alpha Futures, like over risk and leverage almost, try to get a really big payout or either lose the account. And then I want to move up to 150s on my Alpha Futures account to scale, like 150Ks to scale to 15K payouts per account because that's their max. It's 15 or 14K or something like that. So then if I can get 3 of those and pass all those, that's how I'm going to overall scale over the next, couple of months to hopefully be able to make my first 100K month, which is the goal. It sounds crazy. I know I haven't got my first payout yet and I'm already looking that far in the future. But I want to have it all planned out and organized. But I need to keep the money aspect of trading out of my trading. My trading has to be purely emotionless, and I cannot allow greed and emotion to impact the way I'm trading. And I need to just follow my model and stick to my plan and execute, not based on FOMO, fear, like wanting to make money, greed. I need to be rooted in my discipline. And what I've been doing to help myself with this, let me open the camera a little bit. What am I doing to help myself with this psychology aspect of trading, which is the most important part of trading, in my opinion, is I've been studying my word and getting closer to God because He is the foundation and He is the truth and He is the light. And He created me and He created all of us. And trading has brought me closer to God than anything, in my opinion, because trading is such a reflection of the way you trade reflects the rest of your life. And if you're not disciplined and you're not truthful and you're like if your life is a mess, your trading's going to be bad. Like if you're not disciplined in your life, you're not going to be disciplined in trading. If you're not if you're allowing your emotions to impact you elsewhere in your life, they're going to impact your trading. Like it helps me trading has caused me to think more about my mind and reflect more on my psychology than anything. And it has caused me to just strive to be even closer to God, knowing on how much we are failures and how much we are sinners and how much we allow emotion to take over. And He is the only way to conquer that. That's why I have been deeply rooting myself into His word, into His foundation to overall help with my trading. And I hope y'all like these videos. I'm just being real open and honest with y'all. I haven't made money yet. Okay. I have not gotten my first payout. So obviously take these videos with a grain of salt. I'm going to get better as I go, but I'm tracking this as a way to show y'all the grind, the journey, and how somebody can go from unprofitable to profitable. And that is what I'm doing. And as I get better and as I continue to learn more from these markets and to improve and to start actually making money, I hope that can provide like truth and backing into what I'm saying, because it's coming from me showing you everything. So yeah, hopefully y'all can gain something from these videos and that I can help y'all along with your trading journey as well. And yeah, I mean, love making these. Not only do I think that they can benefit y'all, but they have benefited me in just having to force myself to go over the trades that I took and to like realize like why did I take that, and like have to rethink of my reasonings for taking these trades and my reasoning for executing there. And when I have losses, it's a good way to like reflect on what I did good, what I did wrong, and even when I win, like was that actually a trade I should have taken? So yeah, well, y'all have a good one, and I hope this helped.